welcome back to their video, and in today's video we have our Crown Jewel 2025 predictions. We are back here in Australia, this time with Crown Jewel. We have our champion versus champion matches, and we have some few other banger matches. But how we feeling going into this another WWE pay-per-view?
Yeah, honestly, on paper, this card is looking really good. I'm really liking the look of this. Obviously, the builds to this, you never really get like a big build to a Crown Jewel PLE. Most of the time, this ends up in Saudi. This is the first time where we are having it in Australia, so this one's a little bit different. We have gotten a little bit of a build to some of these matches, in particular the women's matches. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. We have some stipulations on here. We have title matches on here. So there's a lot of cool things going on in this card.
Yeah, let's kick things off with one of the bigger ones, and that is John Cena in one of his last matches going up against AJ Styles. Arguably one of his greatest opponents of his career. Finally going at it during this retirement run. But on the night, who do you got?
Yeah, this is a match that I think everyone kind of pre-booked this when John Cena announced his retirement run. We all wanted to see another AJ Styles match. Obviously, they had a classic match. I believe it was Royal Rumble or maybe WrestleMania. It's one of the two. I don't remember. But they had a classic match back then, and people wanted to revisit that, and that's what we're getting at this PLE. And this is one that I think it will kind of meet the expectation that everyone has for it. Cena has been on a pretty good run recently. The last 3, maybe 4 matches have been really good. It's been picking up, so I really do think that AJ could bring the best out of John Cena in a match like this.
Yeah, I think this match can be one of John Cena's best matches of this run. I think both men kind of want someone to prove. AJ Styles is kind of at the point where, according to sources, he's getting closer to the end of his contract with WWE. So, he might be wanting to say, look, I can still go at a very high level, and if you don't see that in me, that's fine. But that could determine his future in WWE. And for John Cena, this heel run this past year hasn't been the greatest. He wants to go out probably with some good matches. AJ Styles is a perfect man to have a phenomenal match with. So yeah, I think this match can be really good. I will go with John Cena to get the win here, but I do think this match could be very, very good.
Yeah, I will also take John Cena in this one. Obviously, after a very quick loss to Brock Lesnar, you probably don't want him taking another loss immediately after.
Yeah. And then next up, we have a tag team match where we have the hometown girl, Rhea Ripley, teaming up with Io Sky to take on the Kabuki Warriors. The past few weeks on Raw have been very fun between these four. We've seen the kind of Asuka being very more heelish, especially even towards Kairi now, so who knows where Kairi's going to fall line. And then I do like the thing with Rhea and Io still having that tension between them from all their matches this past year, but also, being the respective gain through all these matches. They're teaming up tonight, so who do you got for this match?
Yeah, I think this is probably the match I'm most excited for on this card. This is the one match where we had an amazing build to all of this. Is probably the best storyline going on in the WWE right now. I've really been enjoying everything going on with the Asuka kind of bullying around Kairi and kind of not necessarily forcing her to attack Io and Rhea and all these other people, but kind of antagonizing her if she doesn't, and kind of being like a bully of hers in some sort of way. But yeah, Rhea and Io, obviously, they're some of the biggest baby faces in the WWE, and Asuka's coming out to be one of the biggest heels in the WWE at the moment. Her and Becky are probably going 1-1 for the best heels. So I'm really been enjoying everything. I'm really expecting a Kairi, maybe a face turn on Asuka, or maybe she just fully just joins the dark side and just turns heel with Asuka. But I am expecting a face turn, and with that, I am also expecting Rhea Ripley and Io to win.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying everything that Asuka's done pretty much since she's returned this past recent time. I do really like her as this more meanish heel. I think when Asuka is heel, I think things are better for her, and I think this could spell a future World Championship match, whether it's going to be a Stephanie Vaquer match or whether Tiffany Stratton ends up going over to Raw, or Asuka goes over to SmackDown. I think that could be a potential for her to win some gold. But yeah, I do think we will see the babyface win here with Rhea and Io getting the win. I could see this match also opening up the show. I think this would be a great opener to kind of really set the crowd up for a very fun night. And yeah, this one could definitely steal the show.
Yeah, I think this is just a kind of a perfect match because obviously Rhea and Io are two of the top baby faces, two of the best women's wrestlers in all of wrestling, and then pairing them with two more of the best wrestlers in women's wrestling is always great. Obviously, they're kind of like a lower name, also coming back from a long injury, so she kind of building her name back up. And Kairi Sane, I feel like she's just been on an amazing trajectory recently. She's had amazing matches, storylines, her promos have been better, and everything about Kairi Sane feels like it's kind of rolling right now. And same with Asuka, she's having great matches with everyone this year, and I don't feel like that'll stop anytime soon.
And then next up, we have two men who I believe missed the last Australia show, but are here tonight, and that's one of them being the hometown guy, Bronson Reed, and he'll be taking on Roman Reigns, this time in an Australian street fight. So a big match here for Bronson Reed. I've seen him do a lot of media in Australia for this event, so I'm very happy for him to kind of get this big moment in the hometown. But with all that being said, who do you got for this one?
Yeah, this is kind of a tough one to pick because we did see Roman Reigns get the win in their first match, but Bronson Reed kind of, got him beat up after, had him stretch it out, all that sort of stuff. So it kind of could go either way. It is in Bronson's hometown, and it is his stipulation. So everything's kind of pointing towards Bronson Reed getting the win here. I do expect the Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins kind of something happening with all them in, and then obviously Jey Uso and potentially Jimmy could come out as well. But yeah, this is a very hard one to pick, but I think I will just go with Roman. He just feels like a safe win here.
Yeah, it kind of feels weird because Roman's future isn't really decided yet. It feels like we're going to get some type of bloodline reunion with him, Jay, and Jimmy. But at the same time, you don't know whether he's going to be around for that much longer or how long he's going to be consistently there and how much the Jay and Jimmy stuff's kind of going to unfold. So his kind of future isn't really set up right now. Whereas Bronson Reed, you kind of see the direction that he's going in. He's going to be, a very powerful force with this Vision group, with Braun Breaker and Seth. So I feel like a big win here for Bronson Reed would do very good here. I think also an Australian win to follow up Rhea's would be very nice, even though he is a heel. So I feel like you get a little bit of a torn crowd. Maybe we see Roman Reigns getting booed here. I think that'd be a pretty cool thing for Bronson to be the heel, but still get those cheers because of the hometown advantage. But yeah, we'll go with Bronson Reed to get the win here. And I think this match could be a sneaky good one. I feel like if done right, this could be a little bit of a banger.
Yeah, that first one didn't really, give us what we wanted. It was a little bit kind of boring in a way. But yeah, with the added stipulation, I do agree that this one could be better.
And then next up, we have our first of two Crown Jewel Champion matches. First up, we have the women's, and we're going to go with Raw's Women's World Champion Stephanie McMahon, where she goes up against Tiffany Stratton. So obviously this year we will have a new winner for the Women's Crown Jewel Champion. Obviously last year was won by Liv Morgan, but now we have Stephanie and Tiffany going at it. Who do you got taking home the Crown Jewel Champion?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just sort of, I don't want to say an easy one for Stephanie because obviously Tiffany is a great talent and she's on an amazing run right now with her title. But I do think Stephanie McMahon is just that much better. She's just kind of everything that you want right now. And I feel like having her be that Crown Jewel champion, even though it means very little, but still it's at least an accolade to add to her resume, something that they'll put on screen when they list all her accolades, and it'll just look good on screen when you list all her accolades together. But I am going to go with Stephanie McMahon, and this is also another match that I do think could be a match of the night here. I'm really looking forward to this one. I want to see Tiffany Stratton kind of give this one her all and kind of try to match Stephanie McMahon's level on this one if that is possible.
Yeah, this match, I kind of agree with you. It's kind of easy. I feel like Stephanie McMahon is just going to get the win here. She has a lot of momentum going into this new championship reign that she's on, whereas Tiffany Stratton's on the complete opposite end, where it feels like at any point now she can lose that world title. So I feel like this is setting up an easy Stephanie McMahon match, and I do agree as well that this match could be a very, very good one. And on topic of this Crown Jewel stipulation, I feel like next year, I hope we get the introduction of NXT to make these triple threat matches as well. I think that'd be a little more fun, and also give either the women or the men a big moment on a big WWE PLE. Because I think JC Jane's addition here would be a very fun one, and even on the men's side, having Ricky Stark's introduction would be really cool as well. But yeah, maybe next year we can get that addition, but also we'd be surprised if we don't. But now for what I presume will be the main event, a match that has been 3 years or 2 years in the making since the last one, and that is the Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Champion. Who do you got for this one?
Yeah, so obviously Seth Rollins is on incredible losing streak to Cody Rhodes. I believe, with house shows and everything involved, I believe he's like 24 and 0-24 versus Cody Rhodes. So kind of a crazy streak for him and Cody Rhodes. So it does kind of feel like he should get the win. But however, I do think for storyline reasons, I do think Cody should just get the win, honestly. I think that'll kind of drive Seth Rollins crazy. That could potentially add more splits and breaks into their group with the Vision. Maybe that kind of gives the opening for Brock Lesnar to slide back into Paul Heyman's kind of whatever management or whatever. But yeah, I think the best storyline is for Seth to just lose again, as bad as that might sound, but I think it just progresses things that little bit more if you do.
Yeah, I feel like this match, obviously, Crown Jewel isn't some huge show for them, and this is more about the Crown Jewel Championship than what is between Seth and Cody. This isn't a match that's like been built up for so long, and then we have this final match. But I do wish we got a little bit more build between Cody and Seth. I like their history. Seth being Cody's first match back since he returned, and having those 3 matches with him in the Hell in a Cell and the Backlash match as well. So I wish there was a little bit more played into that. But yeah, this one, it does feel kind of hard to pick. But I do agree. I do think Cody will get the win, and I feel like we will start seeing some cracks for that Seth Rollins group. Whether that be maybe Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker sees Seth Rollins lose, and he kind of starts seeing like, hey, I probably wouldn't have lost that match if it was me, but you're the boss still. So I think there is a lot of potential for what could happen after the match. But yeah,
for sure. I mean, even with someone like CM Punk lurking around after what Seth Rollins did to him, I could also just see CM Punk kind of getting his revenge, and obviously at some point we are going to get that one-on-one final showdown with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, so that could be kind of a good lead into that if CM Punk were to cost him here.
Yeah, it could also be a build-in as well to what we'll see at Survivor Series as well. Obviously, Seth Rollins already has 3 members with him, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker on one side, so you only need 2 more men, whereas Cody, you'd have to need a few more men. But I could see this being the 2 captains of that Survivor Series match. But hopefully we get something a little bit different this year, not just the top names on the men's and the women's side this year. So yeah, hopefully we do have a fun night. But what match are you looking most forward to?
Probably the Rhea Io versus the Kabuki Warriors. I feel like that's just a really fun match. As I mentioned, the storyline for that is really good. I'm expecting Kairi Sane to go one way or the other during this match. So yeah, I feel like this could have implications for Raws and more PLEs in the future. We'll see Rhea and Io versus Asuka and Kairi in different sort of ways and singles matches and everything. So yeah, I'm very excited for that tag team match.
Yeah, but that will do it for our Crown Jewel predictions. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next one.